the whisper of worry. But as days passed, the symptoms persisted. Frequent trips to the bathroom, a sense of fatigue that clung to him even after a full night's rest, and a vague, unspoken discomfort. Jill noticed it too, the way he paused before sitting, the subtle wince he tried to hide. She urged him to call his doctor, just to be safe. The reluctant appointment. Biden, never one to make a fuss over his health, finally agreed. The appointment was routine, the kind of checkup millions of Americans schedule every year. The doctor listened carefully, asked questions, and ordered a PS, a test, a simple blood draw, quick and unremarkable. The call that changed everything. A few days later, the phone rang. The doctor's voice was calm but serious. The test results were abnormal. It's probably nothing, he reassured, but let's do a few more tests, just to be sure. Biden agreed, still thinking it was a precaution. But the follow-up scans told a different story. A shadow on the prostate, a biopsy, then a tense wait for results. When the call finally came, the words landed like a punch: it's cancer. And it's aggressive. The moment of realization. In that instant, the world seemed to tilt. The man who had faced down world leaders, who had survived personal and political storms, now faced a battle within his own body. The subtle symptoms, the ones so easy to dismiss, had been the first whispers of a harsh reality. The emotional impact. For Biden and his family, the diagnosis was both a shock and a call to action. The subtlety of the symptoms made the news even more jarring. How many others, they wondered, might overlook such signs? The story resonated far beyond the walls of the Biden home, striking a chord with families everywhere who have faced the same uncertainty, the same fear. Why this story connects? This is more than a medical report. It's a universal human story. The subtle symptoms, the initial denial, the reluctant doctor's visit, these are moments everyone can relate to. The harsh reality that followed is a reminder of our shared vulnerability, no matter who we are. As the news spread, it became more than a headline. It became a conversation about listening to our bodies, about the courage to face the unknown, and about the power of early detection. In sharing his story, Biden unknowingly sparked a movement, one that could save lives, simply by urging others not to ignore the subtle signs. This is how the story of subtle symptoms and harsh reality captures hearts, ignites conversations, and has the power to go viral, because it's not just about a former president, it's about all of us. Behind the scenes, family, treatment, and difficult decisions. Transition from personal crisis to a national movement. The diagnosis hit like a thunderclap, but in the days that followed, something remarkable began to happen. What started as a private battle for Joe Biden and his family quickly grew into a public reckoning, a movement urging millions to pay attention to their own health, to listen to the whispers before they become roars. But behind the headlines and hashtags, the Bidens faced a far more intimate struggle, the fight for time, for hope, and for each other. The family gathers. Inside the Biden home, the atmosphere shifted overnight. The kitchen, once filled with laughter and the aroma of morning coffee, became a war room. Jill Biden, ever the steady anchor, moved quietly between phone calls and whispered conversations. Children and grandchildren arrived, some from across the country, their faces drawn with worry but determined to be present. Joe Biden, who had spent a lifetime comforting others through unimaginable loss, now found himself surrounded by the steady hands and loving eyes of his family. The house filled with stories, memories, and, at times, a heavy silence as the reality set in. The man they all leaned on was now the one in need. The search for answers. The days blurred into a series of consultations and second opinions. Top oncologists were brought in, their words weighed with hope and caution. The diagnosis was clear: aggressive, metastatic prostate cancer. The options were not. Surgery was off the table. The cancer had already spread. Chemotherapy, immunotherapy, targeted drugs, each came with its own risks and uncertain rewards. Jill and Joe sat side by side, listening, asking questions, holding hands. Every decision felt monumental. Should they pursue the most aggressive treatment, risking quality? Public response, outpourings of support, and a viral flashback. The nation responded with an outpouring of support. Social media lit up with messages of sympathy, bipartisan well wishes, and personal stories of families touched by cancer. Yet, the diagnosis also reignited old controversies. A 2022 video of Biden mentioning cancer resurfaced, fueling conspiracy theories and claims of a cover-up by political opponents. The clip, once dismissed as a gaffe about past skin cancer, now became viral fodder, illustrating the intense scrutiny surrounding Biden's health and legacy. A life defined by resilience. For Biden, this is not the first health crisis. He has survived life-threatening aneurysms and personal tragedies, each time emerging with renewed resolve. His friends and allies, including Barack Obama and Kamala Harris, voiced confidence that he would face this challenge with the same grit that defined his decades in public service. Legacy and unanswered questions. The diagnosis comes at a pivotal moment. Biden, who withdrew from the 2024 race after a difficult debate performance and mounting concerns about his age, now faces what may be his greatest personal battle. The story is still unfolding, with the world watching as he and his family make decisions about his care. He will fight this challenge with his trademark resolve and grace. Barack Obama, The Human Side, a story that resonates. Biden's journey is more than a political headline, it is a human story of vulnerability, resilience, and the universal fight against cancer. As millions follow his progress, the narrative connects on a deeply emotional level, reminding us that even the most powerful are not immune to life's most daunting challenges. The coming weeks will reveal more, but for now, the nation waits, united in hope and empathy for one of its most enduring public figures. The